And we're live. All right, so Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be at IGN Fan Fest today. Today's day 2 of IGN Fan Fest. It's going to start in about 10 minutes. I went on a little early here because I'm ready to go, 10 minutes. I have it pulled up right here. I don't know if this is going to get blocked, We also got sound, but we don't need sound. So I don't know if this is going to get blocked if I keep this up, but I guess we could scroll through the chats right here. Everybody says, restore the Snyderverse. Restore the Snyderverse. Restore the Snyderverse. Restore the Snyderverse. Bring back Zach. Restore everybody. Walter and Kevin Feige and Toby Emmerich will die tomorrow. Restore the Snyderverse. Restore the... All right, so, the Snyder fans are out here in full force telling people to die and say restore the Snyderverse over and over. Oh, boy. Enthusiastic bunch. Welcome to the stream, guys. It's going to start in about 10 minutes. This stream might get taken down. It might get taken down because of I'm showing it. We'll see. We'll see. I'll fight them tooth and nail on it. But, yeah, that starts in about 8 minutes. I got my eye on the counter. How's everybody doing? What do you think they're going to show here? What do you think Zack Snyder's going to show? He's going to show a little something. It's going to be something new that we haven't seen. Got to be. It's got to be. I hope we get a release date for the soundtrack, the Junkie XL soundtrack. I don't know if they've announced a release date for that yet. That'd be cool if we got a release date for that. Maybe he announces the Snyder Cut is going to be on IMAX screens. Maybe that's what he announces here. But this should be interesting. We're going to see Zack Snyder talk a little bit about Justice League here in about 8 minutes. They keep showing Batman Beyond stuff, which is pretty cool. I wonder why they're showing Batman Beyond. Is Batman Beyond coming back? Andrew says they will say Cavill is not gone. I doubt that. What's up, Boniface? Working. Oh, you're working? You're working on a Saturday? Man, that sucks. That sucks, man. A lazy Saturday, man. A lazy Saturday. I'm here to watch Zack Snyder. I bet I could just show the text box here. I bet they're not going to get me in trouble for that. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of people saying Henry Cavill. One guy said Marvel is so much better. You gotta hand it to those guys that come into this chat saying Marvel is better. You gotta hand it to them. Oh, dude. All right. Let me type something. Hashtag Johns for life. Okay. He will probably talk about the movie, nothing huge. Yeah, that might be it. But I'm thinking at least one little tease he's going to give up. One little something that we don't know about the film. Just a little something. Because of the Flash, Keaton, and Batman Beyond movie is the plan apparently. Ooh. That'd be cool. Are they talking about the Batman Beyond movie, or are they just talking about the animated series? I think they're just talking about the animated series. Yeah. They're showing Tom Holland here. Wait, what is this?
I like your dog.
He's stronger than he knows.
What is
You
this?
better watch your noise.
Snake. Those men catch you, they'll kill you.
What the hell is this? Forget everything you
If you
know.
want to protect the girls, you have to leave now.
Keep you safe. Safe.
With her power, there's no telling what he can
This is not Uncharted.
that girl before she wants it.
This is not Uncharted. What's the funny rumor brewing about at the Batman set? Catwoman got knocked up on the Batmobile. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that was like the rumor on Reddit that Robert Pattinson was a fucking Zoe Kravitz on the Batmobile, and Matt Reeves got mad. That was like the rumor. It doesn't sound too true. Doesn't sound too true. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you have sex on the Batmobile when you could do it anywhere else? You know what I'm saying? It's too perfect, right? It just sounds too perfect. We're 5 minutes away here. What is Zack Snyder going to show? Is he going to show another? He's got to show a new shot of the movie here.
But it also features some intriguing glimpses of what's to come. So let's go forensic on this baby, all Batman style.
Oh, this is the
What
IGN
exactly is going on
breakdown
between
here?
the Dark Knight and the Clown Prince of Crime here? Let's try to figure it out. That's right, Ben Affleck's Batman and Jared Leto's Joker are finally meeting face to face, even though both have existed in the current DC movie universe for years now. We know they'd had run-ins before. The Joker.
Pattinson's weird. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. That's what happened on the Batman. You know what I'm saying? And hell, if it did happen, it's kind of hot. You know, I'm not blaming them. You know, I'm not blaming them for that. I don't know why Matt Reeves would be mad about that. You think he would want them to have that chemistry?
Legendary foe.
You think that's what he would want?
Taking place in Bruce Wayne's nightmare vision of the future that was hinted at in BVS, one where Superman has apparently turned evil and taken
What's
over
up, Ryan
the
C?
behalf.
Welcome. We're about
It's a
3.5
dystopian
minutes
realm where
away.
Batman uses guns and cats and dogs.
We'll see what Zack Snyder
Batman's
says.
goggles and
We'll
jacket
see what he
make it
says.
clear that's where this is happening, but also a recent interview with Zack Snyder in Vanity Fair confirms it.
Okay, we know this. I've been over all this. All right, if you fucking watching my shit, you're already caught up. There's got to be something new. A new shot. Maybe a shot of Martian Manhunter. Maybe. What else from this movie he could spoil? You know, out of everything we know, and we know a lot about the film, there's still about like 3 hours no one's seen. Like, so that'll be interesting. Right. They're trying to get everybody caught up here on IGN. Oh, wait, they were showing a Scott Snyder book.
That tale was written by Scott Snyder.
Yeah, Scott Snyder, Greg Pulu.
Said he sees himself as Batman's friend and tries his best
to
make Batman realize everyone else.
Go Scott Snyder.
Especially makes him weaker. So maybe Zack Snyder is portraying the Clown Prince that way here, with the two characters taking on a sort of reluctantly on the same side vibe. Snyder has also hinted that we may learn the meaning behind the Joker card taped to Batman's gun in the nightmare vision from Batman v Superman.
Oh, yeah,
it sounds like they're going to cover a lot of ground in what's been reported as only a couple minutes of new footage.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's only a couple new minutes of footage, and it's Batman and Joker. Like, how much could they go over in 4 minutes? At the very start
of the trailer, we see what appears to be an alternate angle of Superman's final moments from BVS.
Yeah, we know. All right, we know. I just got excited by that Scott Snyder thing. Kelly says 4 hours, 1 minute, 28 seconds. I think Junkie said his score was like 4 hours and 20 minutes, but that's including credits and stuff. So I imagine the film is just around 4 hours and like 10 minutes. I don't know if 4 hours and one. I don't know if that's that. I don't know. What are you hoping to see? What am I hoping to see? I'm hoping to see Zack Snyder reveal something new. I'm hoping to see a new shot, maybe a new frame or a new little snippet from the Snyder Cut. Maybe a release date for that soundtrack. That'd be nice. Maybe he gives actual dates for that. A release date for the Blu-ray. That'd be great. Oh, wait, they're showing Justice League here.
Justice League, but now it's back.
Okay. Metalhead's in the building. I'm doing great. It's been a while since I could hold my head up. It's been a while. All right, wait. We got a countdown here. 40 seconds while we're here. Oh, Jesus, super high. I'm telling you guys, you just got to not follow Ray Fisher. You just gotta not follow him. He is toxic as fuck. Oh, here we go. We're going 15 seconds. Metalheads, go watch my last video. I think it's a bad idea. Metalheads.
IGN's
I think it's a bad idea. Go check it out.
A 2-day celebration of the biggest and coolest in movies, TV
What's up,
shows,
Invictus?
and video
How you
games.
doing?
Filled with exclusive
Yeah, we're waiting for that
reviews,
Snyder
celebrity
Cut.
interviews,
Wait for that
and
Snyder Cut.
most importantly, you, the fans. All from the comfort of your own home.
As you see
No
the chat
lines,
box
ticket
here on
prices, or
IGN, they're all
overpriced beer
saying
water
restore
in
the
a clear
Snyderverse.
plastic
I think it's like the
cup.
same
Feel free to
20
make
people
that at
over and
home
over, though, because
if
I'm
you
seeing
know
the
how
same
to make beer.
screen names like over and
For our
over.
fantastic final
but still.
day, IGN
Still, that's
brings
funny.
you a
They're flooding
Batman
it with
Beyond
the
cast
Restore the Snyder
review
Cut thing.
and script reading. Zack Snyder answering your Justice League question. And maybe give us a sneak
Do I
peek at the
think
movie.
they will make a
And
Justice League
even
2?
more news from
If
some of the most
this movie is
anticipated
successful,
entertainment of the year.
yeah.
But we
I think
can't do
they'll make it
without
for
your
HBO
help,
Max
so come be part
exclusively.
of the conversation
But
at
this one's got to be successful. A lot of people got to
and
watch it,
with
you know?
the FanFest hashtag. IGN's FanFest.
Yeah, Invictus. Go
It's
watch my
happening
last video
right
about
now
it, Invictus.
in
It's
your
fucking...
face.
There's a lot of problems with that Coates guy.
Hello and welcome to the jam-packed second day of IGN's FanFest.
All right, they're supposed to start with the Snyder Cut.
Day of IGN's FanFest. IGN's way of brightening your February with the latest
Here we go.
exclusives in the
Here we
hottest
go.
movies, series, and video games. I'm Brian Altano.
Brian
I'm
Altano
Judy
used to be
Goodman,
so
and
cool.
My friend Brian is right. We've got a bunch of great panels lined up to make sure FanFest goes out with a bang. We'll be talking to writers, creators, developers, and celebrities about their latest and most exciting projects.
But Sydney, this is FanFest, not writers, creators, developers, and celebrities talk about their latest and most exciting projects. Fest? Only you, the fans, can make the title of this festival not a lie. So head over to
The title of this
IGN.com
festival, not a
for all
lie.
the details or posts to social media.
Yeah.
The hashtag FanFest. to
He's one of
make
the original
your
IGN
voice
guys.
heard.
First
Brian
off, we're
Altano,
getting
right?
things rolling
He's one of the original
with our
IGN guys.
long-awaited look at the long-awaited movie that's also
This chick's
quite
new.
long.
Ish.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Here we go.
Actual fact, it would probably take a 4-hour movie to properly document how Zack Snyder's Justice League almost didn't get made, but it probably wouldn't be quite as exciting as actually watching Zack Snyder's
Okay,
Justice
what's that? Where's Zack
League.
Snyder?
Actually did get made and actually
Where is Zack Snyder?
4 hours long and actually...
Well, actually, we actually have Zack Snyder himself here to
All
talk
right,
about
sweet.
it and answer your questions about the long-awaited,
Let's get to it.
much-demanded film, which is finally actually coming out very
Get
soon.
to Zack Snyder.
But that's not all. We're
Oh
also
my
checking
God.
out the upcoming Netflix series Jupiter's Legacy, based on the comic by
Oh, it's a
Mark
Batman
Millar
Beyond
and
cast
Frank
reunion
Whiteley.
table read.
And
Okay.
then there's a very
It's nothing
special
to do with the
reunion
movie.
and table read from the cast of a little
What's up,
show
Bronco?
called Batman Beyond, which I may or
Ugh.
be incredibly excited for.
You can get to
Oh
all
my
the
God.
action
Let's
anywhere
get
you
to
stream
Zack
IGN
Snyder.
and on Pluto Plex
Like, what the
or
fuck?
channel IGN1 on your Samsung TV Plus. So strap on in if indeed you own straps, because day 2
Was that a
of IGN
strap-on
FanFest
joke?
is about to get started.
Is she kinky? I think she's into strap-ons.
In a year of long-awaited releases
Here we go.
finally seeing the light of day, no movie has
Oh my
been
God.
awaited
Are we really
longer
going to buffer
because
right
there's
now?
Not that much longer to go. I'm Terry Schwartz. Almost half a decade to see this near mythical film. Half a decade. To
Now
see
it
this
wants
near
to
mythical
buffer.
Film. The good news is
Now it
there's
wants to
not
buffer.
that much longer.
Wasn't
to go.
buffering this whole
I'm Terry
time.
Schwartz. This is IGN FanFest, and I'm so thrilled to be here for an interview with director Zack Snyder himself to give us the full story on how the Snyder Cut went from being an unfinished print he showed
Go
his friends
full
at
story?
house
I don't think they have
to
enough
4-hour
time to
movie
do the whole
released
full
on HBO
story.
Max on March
I
18th.
don't think
We put the
there's
call out for
time
your
for that.
questions, and
You guys hear it all right?
delivered. So buckle up,
You guys
Zach.
can hear it all right.
because we have
Here
a
he
lot of
is.
fan questions to go through today.
Here we go.
Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Ooh, what's in the
I
background?
appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to chat with you. And again, there's like, this movie has had such an interesting journey. How close is the Snyder Cut that you're close to releasing now to the original version that you were editing? Or
pretty
how much
damn
has it
close.
evolved with time, distance, and fan feedback?
You know, the amazing thing about the fan feedback was we want you to just do it exactly as you intended. So that's always empowering and exciting. So and how close is it to the like original version, the version that I worked on?
Yes.
It's essentially
you,
the same
Invictus.
movie.
It's essentially
that
the same
was
movie they were working
the
on.
director's cut that I had completed, and David Brenner and I, who was the editor, we sat down and watched this, and we said, "Wow, 4 hours! This is insane. This is awesome." And actually, you know, we always talk about that was a cut down from it was even a longer version. We just did some tightening and some more.
They did
just
tightening
squeezed
and they
through a
got
little
to
bit
4
more to get
hours.
to the close
What?
to 4 hours. So it's got a bit longer in the editorial process that we've just gone through, but really that was just a function of some of the visual effects being padded out and looking at the scenes one more time, and there's a couple other angles that we liked, but essentially it's the same thing.
No, it's not, shall we say, traditional for a 4-hour-long movie to be released. And I remember you had said at the time when you were first working on Justice League, the studio mandate note was to cut it down to 2 hours, I believe, is the feedback.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they wanted it to be
So,
exactly 2 hours. I remember going. Well, Batman v Superman, especially the Ultimate Edition, is just about 3 hours. Even the theatrical release,
It's like 2.5.
I think 2 hours and 25 minutes,
Yeah.
something like that. And I said, but now there's 6 characters, so how? In what world? I don't. Okay, sure.
I am curious, though, in your conversations with Warner Brothers, what has changed, do you think, that has caused them to greenlight actually releasing the even longer version than what you had originally put together as your director's cut?
Yeah, I think. Listen, I think that there's a combination of things that all sort of came together in a perfect storm that allowed this to become reality. Probably the most important is the amazing fan support for the film and the near legendary movement that arose from these amazing fans that just wanted to see the movie the way I thought it should be seen. And it was that, frankly, it was that
I'm looking at this like
groundswell that
right
really
this
catapulted it
camera
into,
case that you got right here.
got the attention of I think HBO Max and the Warner execs, and they felt like maybe this could be cool.
Well, we have our first question.
First question.
First of many from
Oh
the
God,
fans.
please
This
be
one is
good.
from XXP60 on
Who's your
Twitter.
favorite
They're
Spider-Man?
wondering, are you fully satisfied in how Zack Snyder's Justice League turned
Hmm.
out, or would you have added anything else but couldn't because of time, actors' availability, etc.?
Etc.
No, I'm very satisfied. I
He's very
couldn't.
satisfied.
I couldn't imagine it. Coming out as completely as it has.
Yeah, man. They
we were
worked with
able
him
even
to get
fill
this
in a
fucking
couple
done
of
completely.
the possible gaps that I thought
Amazing.
were never going to see the light of day, that I had always hoped to fill in, but now having been given this kind of ability to finish it
Yes,
the way I
Watcher.
want,
Yes,
you
Watcher.
really get to see the whole thing.
And we finally will get to see it on March 18th. It's so close. It is a full film,
Less than
single
20
release
days,
in its
right?
entirety. But I did want to ask, at DC Fandom, you'd originally mentioned that you were considering releasing it in 4 one-hour installments, and I was wondering if you could share what changed in between discussing that and then deciding to release it as the full film.
Oh, this is going.
There was a couple things. I mean, it was always to be completed as one
Giant movie.
theatrical release. We'd always, because that's the way I originally.
Wait, who fucking said that? Who fucking kept saying that for a long time?
Chaptered. Anyway, it's like, part 1.
Goddamn Garza, man.
Don't count on it, Batman.
I was probably the only
And then
person saying it
about
was
40
always
minutes
designed to be a
later, I forget
theatrical release.
exactly,
It was always
part
designed
2,
to be one movie.
The Age of Heroes, and then on and on, And so that was the way the film was created, just in my mind, as the way it was easily digestible. There was so much, and I just felt like this kind of, chapters as you went forward was really the best way to kind of absorb it. So it was always going to be finished as a single film, but then, I thought, it might be fun to break it up, but that just got complicated. And
It got complicated.
Everyone
They would have had to make
about,
cliffhangers
like,
for every
whether or not,
episode.
it was contractually this or that, and I said, you know what, it's fine.
Contracts.
Like the hour is the 4 hours. It's a great way to watch the movie, and it's easy to pause and go get your go hit the potty or pick up some popcorn or whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Because
Don't make the people wait any longer.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think they would have been mad if But they had to wait like a week.
Love you, Zack Snyder.
Right. Go.
Damn
go
right.
weekly episodic.
Guys, damn
no,
right.
You. I'm sure you assumed that I would ask you this, so I figured I'd get it out of the way at the top. But do you have a finished running time? Can you tell us how long the movie actually will be? More than 214 minutes, you said.
Oh no, it's a little over 4 hours. I think it's like 4 hours and a few minutes, with the titles.
4 hours, a few
Is
minutes.
that locked?
It's still not
I think the
specific.
last time you spoke about it, you were still editing it and you weren't sure. how that
100%
went.
locked.
No.
No, yeah, it's 100% done.
Nice.
Amazing.
It's 100% done. Is that what you
now,
just
Come
said?
over and
Again,
watch it
another
if you
fan-
want. I got it right in my theater.
All right, I'm hanging up. I'm leaving. That's it. Sorry, we're cutting it short. I'm coming over.
Oh,
I'll take
God.
that. Take you up on that. We'll talk after. We do have another question. This one is from Sarwar Jawani on Twitter.
Giovanni, man.
Hey Zach, my question for you is: when you found out that you were
Who's
gonna
your
be able
favorite
to release
Spider-Man?
your cut of Justice League, what scene of yours are you looking forward to us seeing for the first time?
I guess Cyborg's backstory really
Yes.
to me is, such
Yes,
an
Cyborg's
important
origin,
part
man.
of the movie, and it's so his whole arc and journey is so important, and there were just some really cool stuff that we shot and that we created that I was really excited for fans to see.
Yeah, you've talked about how Ray Fisher's character is the heart of your movie, and we definitely haven't been able to see that. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a bit, but actually
Sure.
that's a perfect transition because you brought us a little treat. Do you want to set up what you brought along to show everyone?
Oh, shit! What'd I
we
tell
created
you?
This really cool.
What'd I tell you?
At first, when I was doing some exploratory with Garson at UNCO, I was like, I really want to do a cool kind of. I wasn't sure how we were going to use it. We had talked about maybe it was a title sequence. We had talked about maybe it was because we had talked in marketing about maybe we're going to do like a sort of a week of character appreciation. Like we're really
They're gonna do little
a deep
character
dive into
vignettes?
Each character, each member of the Justice League, and let's really
Let's
explore
see it.
them. So it was talked about in that way, and then we just we all started doodling, and it became this kind of
Oh my
fine
God,
art
Zach, get
piece
to the
of
point.
its own that really kind of talks about the mother boxes.
Oh my God,
the
get to the
characters'
point.
Origins, and just a really kind of what I find it really beautiful and immersive, and
Here we go.
super fun.
What is
Let's
it?
take a look.
Can we? Oh my God! Here we go! Here we go! What the hell? He's got some folk music playing. Mother boxes.
The smart money's on Harlem.
Is that Leonard
Moon's
Cohen?
in the street. The shadow
Oh,
was breaking
shit.
all the laws.
Oh shit!
And you're east of East St. Louis. And the wind is making speeches. And the
Wow,
rain
that's pretty dope.
sounds like a round of applause.
Oh my God! He's got him set up like the crucifixions.
His invisible fiance's in the mirror. And the band is going home. It's raining hammers.
Wow, this is a lot of work for a little vignette
It's true,
thing.
there's nothing left for him down here. Oh, it's time.
What?
It's time. And it's time.
Oh, it's Black Zero.
It's time.
A lot of Christ
It's
poses.
time. And it's time.
Oh shit!
It's time.
She's wrapped up in chains. That's interesting.
And it's time.
Mother boxes coming together. See, that was a fun little
Do you need,
teaser.
like applause or something in the background because anytime
fun.
we hear
That
Tom
was a
Waits
fun little
perform
teaser.
Like that,
Yeah, Tom
I did want
Waits.
to ask. Yeah,
Yeah.
you used Tom Waits' "Time" is the
Tom
song
Waits.
being played. You are always
He
so
has a
specific
Leonard
with
Cohen
your music
voice to
choice.
him.
Tell us
Yeah.
why this was the right song.
This Tom Waits song, we loved it on the piece. It really was perfect, and it was in the style and sort of mood of my Justice League film, and I thought it was like a perfect song. And Tom, famously doesn't do
That's a really cool
this
like
sort of thing,
vignette
but
thing
we showed it to
that's
him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do
that's
that."
just for like marketing.
You guys can
You
have
know what I'm
that.
saying? Like that's
Call
not going
it
to be in the
Tom Waits.
movie. You know, that's just for
There's clear
marketing stuff.
inspiration drawn from like
That's pretty
classical
dope.
sculptures and reliefs
Yeah, some
of
pictures. That was pretty dope.
the old gods.
Ryan C's
maybe?
crying a little bit.
Oh yeah, I did. So I doodled like all those.
That
There's
teaser's
a
over.
million Easter eggs
Come on,
in it,
Shadow. We
and
got
if you
catch
go
up, Shadow.
There's storylines that that I had been working on.
Interesting.
That would have been if the film had been continued, or if you look at the past histories, there's a bunch of little.
He keeps saying
details in
if,
there for everybody. So
woulda,
it's really
shoulda,
worth
coulda.
taking a long, slow look at because it's really fun, and I think for fans, it's really a treat. And yeah, there's tons of I'm not going to say because I feel like it's important for everyone to kind of take it apart and analyze it and say like, oh look, I see this and I see that.
All right, I guess we'll do that after this.
Awesome. Well, that's a challenge if I've ever heard one, and people can watch and rewatch that for sure. I thought that was a perfect way though to transition to talking about
Spider-Man.
our returning heroes, our Justice League that you are getting to show us again and show us that much more of. I did want to ask, obviously since you introduced,
So you're gonna talk about the Ray Fisher thing?
Characters like Cyborg, the Flash, Aquaman, of course. Like Aquaman had his own movie. There's been another Wonder Woman movie that has been released, and I'm curious if any of your new editing creative decisions have been informed by the DC films that have come out since your Justice League, or if you've evolved in your depiction of the characters at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point of view. The answer is no. This film was finished before.
I don't think it's going to be an opening, Ryan C. I think that's just for marketing.
I kind of stayed the course with
it's
my
just for
point of view.
I
think you can sort of view my Snyderverse version of the DC superhero canon as its kind of own thing. I love
Snyderverse is its own thing.
What they've done with their movies, and they're amazing. But at this point, I was just like, this is kind of its own thing, and it doesn't really owe anything to anything. So I'm just going to do it exactly as I had always intended.
Now we do, of course, we got a bunch of questions in finding out some of the backstory and deeper lore about some of these characters. So this one is from Sam Severs on Twitter, and it is about Batman.
Hey, Zach. So I grew up with Tim Burton's Batman, and that version of the character has a body count that could almost rival Rambo's. So the idea of
that's a little upset. I don't think.
Killing
No, I don't think
that's
that.
sort of baked in at this point. Almost every version does it, but I was curious if your Batman started with a no-kill policy 20 years ago, and during his downward spiral, he just lost it at some point. And could Superman's sacrifice inspire him to stop killing once again?
Listen, probably our Bruce had a higher moral.
Yes,
or
BVS
moral
is
compass
Batman, not Batman yet.
Crime fighting.
He's coming back to being Batman. That's the whole point of the movie.
But there's been he's seen a lot of rough stuff happen over the years, and I think that he, he's a bit jaded now. I mean, obviously, and the death of Robin, and others. I think that he now has found himself in a dark place. But yes, the whole point was that the death of Superman really shakes him out of that and puts him on this really, sort of cathartic path to like form the Justice League and kind of do his part. Because like if you think about it, the Justice League is made up entirely of like almost godlike characters with these godlike powers, and he's just a guy. I mean, yes, he is the world's greatest detective, and he is this,
Batman's just
force.
human.
He's, as far as humanity goes, but in the end, he is just a guy. So it's like his job of bringing them together is kind of, but it's also one of the most important jobs because there would be no Justice League without Bruce.
All right.
So next we have a special question. This is from Hamad. From
Somebody get
Qatar.
a good question.
He's been actually a
Somebody
longtime supporter
get a
and
good
major
question.
donor of the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention over the years,
Awesome.
and has been very passionate in the release of the Snyder Cut movement. So let's check out Hamad's question.
Isaac, what did it feel like to see Ben Affleck put on the cowl again?
Yeah, so we did a couple. We did a little bit of additional photography for this film, and we brought a few of the cast members back just for this little scene I wanted to grab. I was slightly
is Green Lantern in the movie? Can somebody ask that question?
You know, like
It was
I don't want to say weepy. That sounds a little. Bit
is there a
extreme,
modern
but
day Green Lantern?
It certainly was quite a.
For the love of God.
So we have another question. I'm going to set this one
Where
up
the
a little
fuck's
bit
Green
because I heard you
Lantern?
speak
You know what
about
I'm saying?
putting
That's what I would
Superman
get.
in the black and silver suit.
That's
that
what I would
I
ask.
believe, and I'm paraphrasing you, so
Fucking-
please correct me. You actually shot that in the regular Superman suit, but color corrected it later. Is that the case?
Man, that
How
guy
you,
donated
Yeah,
$1,000.
My visual
Wow.
effects supervisor and I,
Wow.
DJ and I had long conversations
got that
in the
kind of
studio
money.
about the black suit. I was a big advocate.
I could do a
They
lot
were
with $1,000.
Not so much. And we would go back and forth. And I said, okay, what about, let me just at least do some tests to see if I could, you know, put him in the black suit and what it would look like. And so we devised a method in which we could easily turn the suit
black,
using the existing suit to the black and silver suit that you see in the movie. And so we knew exactly how to do it when we went into it. And as I say, it was always my intention to have him in that.
And we've had a chance to see it too. So with that context, this question from Frederick Lopez
That's
is about
fucking
your
funny.
experience getting to see that suit. So let's pull that up.
Fucking oil
My
rigs.
question is for Zack Snyder. What was it like seeing Superman in the black and silver suit for the first time? I cannot wait to finally see the Snyder Cut.
Well, he saw it the
It
first
was
time
cool.
in post,
Yeah, I
right?
gotta admit,
Because
you
he
know,
had to change
even-
colors.
You know, because the first thing we did was a quick
Right?
test, you know,
Oh,
to
no,
make sure that we
screen
had all
test.
our ducks in a row. And just seeing it, you know, we all just sat back like, wow, are we really doing this? This is amazing. And so yeah, it was really cool. And I mean, the other cool thing is, of course, you know, we saw a version of it
In Man
in
of
the
Steel,
Zod
yeah.
flashback
I guess that
of
was the
Man of
first
Steel,
time they saw a black
you know,
suit.
because, you know, he's
Right.
sort of in it in the Zod nightmare sequence where Zod's confronting him and trying to get him to basically join the dark side at that point.
So we have another special question from Joanna from Ecuador.
Spider-
another
who's your
big,
favorite Spider-Man?
member
Come
of
on.
at least the Snyder Cut movement. She wants to know a little bit about some of the female hero or heroes in the movie. So let's take a look.
How many vaginas are in the movie? Hello?
I'm Joanna from Guayaquil, Ecuador, and this is my question. At the end of Batman vs. Superman, we can see that Wonder Woman has a sort of loss of faith in humanity. Is she going to find it back after the events of Zack Snyder's Justice League? And if there's going to be a specific member of the League that will help her find it back? Also wanted to know if there's going to be any mention of another female member of the League. Thank you.
Hot girl.
Bye.
The hot
Well,
girl.
first of all, I
kinda-
won't say anything about if there's any additional female members of the league, because that feels like a pretty huge spoiler. Even if they're,
Ooh.
you know,
You mean you were just going to give it
it's a
away?
spoiler.
Hot girl.
Before
I
the
can
movie
do
comes
that.
out?
And then
Some other female character?
as far as Diana's arc, I think that
It better not be Black Canary.
You know,
I
it's-
saw some people
for
saying
me,
Black
it's
Canary is
coming
going to
straight
pop
off
up.
of
Unbelievable.
off of BVS, right? And if you recall, you know, the yes, she had sort of lost faith in humanity, but I feel like had awoken a little bit to her responsibilities in the world without Superman. And that's kind of where she is. You know, she's not, I wouldn't say, you know, I think when her mom sends her a note via the arrow of Artemis, she, I think that she realizes that like there's what's happening is a pretty big deal. So, you know, I don't know that she's fully out, but she's definitely, you know, she's fighting for the team at this point.
Now, of course, there are some
Okay.
new heroes we're getting to
I
see.
kinda
in this
didn't
movie,
answer
and this,
anything.
question is from
Kinda
a
didn't
huge
answer
fan
anything
who
right there.
goes by the name of
He's real
Harry
careful.
L. So let's take a look at his question.
Zack Snyder has
Ooh,
huge fan. I have a question for you.
Shit.
Calvin Swanwick, who was the CENTCOM commander there, the general, and then later became Secretary
Martian
of
Manhunter
Defense,
here.
was all along he really Martian Manhunter pretending to be Calvin Swanwick? Or is he just pretending to be Calvin Swanwick in this moment of the Justice League, since he also pretends to be Martha Kent, according to the storyboards that you release. Has he been this man in hiding all along? I'm very curious. Please let me know.
He's quite a fan, that guy. I mean,
He's quite a fan, that guy.
I heard he really loves the movies.
yeah, I feel like he really loves them, so much so that he might like walk in front of the camama at some
couple
point.
times.
Yeah, a couple times.
It's a good question, though. I'm curious.
It's a great question. In my mind, I think he's been Swanwick and Martian Manhunter are kind of it's like his alter ego. That's kind of the way I see it. And the way he's kind of, if you notice the way he's kind of like, he's manipulated both Lois and Clark to kind of do their best, to be the best they can be. Because I think, in this incarnation, he wants humanity to kind of do it themselves, and/or this new hero in Superman. And I think that's kind of the way I see it, that he's, they have the same voice.
I can't wait to see, by the way, what you have
Word,
picked up for
word.
Martian Manhunter. Yeah, really excited to see the new live action depiction of that. But I wanted to talk about Cyborg as well, because, as we were talking about,
Cyborg.
you've said Ray Fisher's character is the heart of your movie, but we've since found out that the planned continuation of Cyborg's story with him continuing in a Flash movie won't be happening.
Yeah,
So
because of
I'm
fucking
curious
Ray
how
Fisher.
you feel your movie serves as essentially a standalone look at that character's arc.
You're gonna get the full
Yeah, well, I
Cyborg
guess,
story in this movie.
When we were talking about making the movie, I really, Chris Terry and I really we really gravitated towards Cyborg as this, as really as I've said 1,000 times, like the heart of the movie, sort of the linchpin. Everything.
No one really got that idea,
everything
though.
Turns on kind of
I
his.
wonder where they got that
The
idea.
stakes that are presented to him, the events that befall him within the context of the film. So, yeah, it was always my intention to really use Cyborg as the sort of the glue that sticks the movie together. And then
He knew he was Martian
never
Manhunter
really-
since day one.
I never saw this as what would be a standalone.
It was
film,
obvious. It was obvious he was Martian Manhunter.
as far as Cyborg's story. I think there's plenty of story left for Cyborg, of course. He's an amazing character, and it's great to see him really realize that on the movie. When you see it, you're gonna realize that Cyborg is tip of the iceberg, in my opinion. So who knows? We're here now. So.
Oh, Ray Fisher's got to apologize to Walter Amada. That's what's got to happen.
from India, who
Apologize,
asked this question
Ray.
on YouTube.
I am Siddhivinayak from India, and my question is, why was Joker included in the Justice League Snyder Cut version when he was not part of the script in 2017? And thanks IGN for
For
giving me
sure,
this
for
opportunity.
sure.
Love from India.
That Cyborg
That's a good
solo
question,
film's
but
probably
it
never going to
really
happen.
is all about just trying.
But it was in the original
fulfill the
slate. It
promise
was
of
going to
having
happen.
Joker in this universe,
But,
and not having them
Shit didn't
come
happen
together.
here.
And also, there was a question I had. Always wanted him to
Gotta
be
figure out what's
in
going on
the
here.
nightmare reality, and so it was a great opportunity. And when I talked to Jared and he was interested in doing it, I just felt like, okay, this feels like a thing I can't pass up.
Now, of course,
Yeah.
when you start showing.
Yeah, there's something
looks
look a little
at
bit
the
off
ritual
about
of
stepping off
questions, 'cause
CGI in the
we've seen
daylight.
so many different versions
I
of how
agree.
visually.
We'll see how
is
it looks in the
portrayed
final
live
product.
action. So this question comes from All Things Zack Snyder, aka Yaniv from Israel on Twitter. They wanted to know what inspired the new Joker look and whether you consulted with David Ayer at all about.
I bet he didn't talk to David Ayer at all. Here, let's see. Let's
so
see.
what inspired the look was, the sort of post-apocalyptic world that I'm a huge fan of, and really the idea was that as the movies progressed, the next movie, if there ever was one, and doesn't seem like there ever will be, but if there was,
Dude,
it would exist
how many times is
primarily
Zack
in
Snyder
that
going to
world
say?
with them trying
Hold on, let's pause. How many times is Zack Snyder going to say there's probably never going to be a sequel to Justice League 2? How many times is he going to say that? You know what I'm saying? He said it a lot this last month. But anyway, let's keep going.
You said it right. We played around with a lot of different things. I did a bunch of drawings. We pulled a bunch of different costumes and tried a bunch of different looks. Jared had a bunch of great ideas, and we all kind of mashed that together and sort of settled on this cool version of Joker. Now, as far as David goes, I did not
You didn't talk to David.
consult with him, but I did look at all of the reference and all the like vast photo, as well as the movie, but all these other depictions that they had in print and in advertising and stuff like that. And a lot of it was, I was inspired a lot by that imagery.
We still have more questions about the villains, but I did want to follow up on one thing you mentioned there about, your original plan for Justice League Part 2, because originally when this was announced in the whole slate back, in the early 2010s, there was the plan for Justice League first part and then a second part to come later. Now, obviously, you have 4 hours of Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I'm curious how much of that, if any, does encompass your plans for Part 2?
Well, it was meant to be 2 more movies. And
2 more movies.
No, it doesn't really encompass any of the additional movies other than it hints as you would at a potential other world, like when you, I plant the seeds as I wanted to of what would come in the, later films. So that's in there, but as far as those stories, I didn't. That would be yet to come if ever that happened, which it does not look like it would. But
again, he keeps saying it doesn't look like it would. That's not how you build hype, all right? Brian, see, that's not how you build
So
hype.
there was no plan for this to be like a cliffhanger ending then that picked
You
up
don't
in a
just
later
keep saying
film
it's
with
never
its
going to happen.
design?
That's
Or
not how you build hype.
It is a cliffhanger.
Zach?
The movie ends in a massive cliffhanger. Yeah.
What? Movie ends on massive
Well,
cliffhanger.
what's going to happen after that. I mean, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We definitely have questions about a part 2 coming up. But
are you going to make a part 2?
Zack
Snyder.
Deathstroke in this movie. We know you.
Stop saying you're not going to make it. If you are going to make it,
I wanted to ask a similar question to the Joker one. Why was it important for you to include Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke in this movie, and how will it be different than what we've seen in the past?
Well, Joe's character in this movie, when we find him, clearly he and Batman have struck some sort of a deal, and they're in, they have a bit of a partnership. There's a bigger enemy, I guess. So, I think that's the big difference. They're not locked in Mortal Kombat. They're actually working.
Made a Mortal Kombat reference.
How to make this world work.
Yeah, he was another great example of fantastic casting.
It's happening. It's definitely happening. We'll see.
Itching to see a little bit more.
I mean, we always knew there was going to be a cliffhanger
No, I
with
do have
this
another
Justice
question. Of
League.
course, we can't talk
That's how they
about Zack
designed the
Snyder's
movie
Justice League
back in
without talking about the
2016 when they were making
bad
it.
himself, Darkseid. So this question comes from Federico Berto on Twitter. We have a video.
Hi everyone. Hi Zach. I have a question about Darkseid. So your characters are always.
This motherfucker got a bald head.
Does Darkseid have any humanly relatable motivation to his quest other than that of ruling all of existence?
It's Darkseid. He
Well,
doesn't have a
thanks for
human
everything,
motivation.
Zach,
What?
And I'll see you
Is that
on
what you're
the
trying to say?
18th. Bye bye.
Yeah, no, of course. I think, of course, Darkseid has tons of. He has tons of.
I think that's the best.
Human
Keep
motivation,
the expectations
all that.
low.
He's
I
pretty,
think that's best.
Kind of operates on another plane, but certainly something happened to him in the past, and he's not happy about it, and it's kind of really hurt him. It's kind of shaped him, and he's looking to make it right. And so I think that there's a lot of nuance in him, and Ray does a great job of voicing him. He's really great.
Now, you can probably guess what this question will be about based on the name of the person who submitted it. This is from Steppenwolf on Twitter. Let's pull up the video for that.
Hello, Zach.
Oh, God, he looks just like
I
Steppenwolf.
have one question about Steppenwolf from your cut. Sorry, it is.
This is the ASMR question right here.
How would you describe the relationship between him and Darkseid? Is there something more than Steppenwolf's desire to get rid of his control?
It's a good question. I would say that the thing that's interesting, I think, is that for sure the Steppenwolf Darkseid relationship. Is
That
very
Steppenwolf CG
complicated.
looks good.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
give
this
it away,
daytime one
but
looks
there's
kind of
a
weird.
very the dynamic between the two of them. Some things happened in the past. There's a bunch of issues between them, and so yeah, I think that all plays
get
out.
down?
So
You want to get
yes,
down?
the answer is there's quite a complex relationship there.
Bye, Bronco.
We do have a question from Jean-Ren Durand, a Twitter video that we can pull up here. I'm assuming that he's powered by HBO Max in setting up the offer he's putting, but let's take a look.
Mr. Zack Snyder, my question for you is, if HBO Max offered you money to do Justice League 2, what would you say?
Hopefully you'll say yes.
Well, that's a very hypothetical.
Very
I think that,
hypothetical.
I would say I would believe it when I see it, and happy to cross that bridge when I see it approaching. So
Happy to cross that bridge. All right, so he's not going to say no to them.
But yeah, I think we should
That's
enjoy the movie we have. But yes, that's my answer.
Yes. All right,
This
so if they do
question,
come and
came
offer
up
him, he'll
quite
say
a
yes.
bit. I picked one from Zack
That's
Snyder
very
Mania
interesting.
on Twitter. It seemed
That's very
appropriate.
interesting.
A lot of people were curious if we'd ever get an answer to who was in the empty pod from Man of Steel, or if that was something that you felt was like. Sorry, what?
The open crash. Yeah, you see it again in Justice League. You know, they pass it again. I don't know. I've never
So
seen.
probably no surprise that people have brought it up multiple
This
times.
is a famous thing that I've never seen the theatrical version of Justice League. So I'm not sure if Open Crash is in the theatrical
It's not.
version, but it definitely is in Justice League. They pass it and they look at it. And they don't talk about it, but
They see it in Justice League, but they don't talk about it. That's
And
funny.
I would hope at some point to find out who was in there, like what's going on.
Do you know?
I do know. I do.
Hey, listen, there's going to be a release the open pod answer hashtag at a certain point.
There already is. Trust me. I don't. Yeah, that one's not. You're not getting that one. Not for a while anyway, or ever.
Or ever.
No, I do. I
They could
was telling
tie
you
it into a
little bit before we
Supergirl
started
movie.
recording. I am so intrigued about the nightmare sequence. Was one of my favorite things that you set up in BVS, and I'm really excited that we're clearly gonna see a good deal more of it here. I was wondering if you could talk about how big that section is of Justice League.
Yeah, how long is that section?
Some people
How
have been
big is it?
speculating, like, could that even be an entire chapter, or is it going to be
No.
relatively
No?
minimal,
Oh.
not a full
It's
chapter?
relatively minimal, but it's definitely the length.
It's minimal.
I think it's appropriate for the movie. It's not
Okay.
anything crazy, but it definitely
All right, so that section's not going to be that
doesn't
long.
overstay its
Interesting.
welcome, but it definitely does what I needed it to do for the story and for us. So yeah, I mean, beyond that, I think it's a spoiler. So I'm gonna
I can't wait.
Oh,
And
yes.
honestly, I'm really intrigued that that was your original setting for Justice League 2, as you said
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Well, nightmare movie.
Yeah, nightmare movie.
Nightmare movie.
We're so close to the release of the movie, and you've been amazing in the
They
past
might
about
just do a
releasing,
Justice League sequel.
Different
We'll
versions,
see here.
IMAX versions of your films, did the extended editions and ultimate edition. So unsurprisingly, got a lot of questions about kind of your release plans and potential multiple release plans. So with that context, first I wanted to ask, you've been releasing a good amount of promotional material in black and white, and we were curious, are there any plans to release both a color and black and white version to HBO Max, or can you speak about
Blu-ray
if there will be
release.
multiple versions uploaded to HBO Max?
Come on
Yes,
now.
there is a what we call the Justice is Gray edition of Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I
Justice
see. It
League
doesn't
edition,
look. I
which is
don't
the
like
black and
it.
white version,
I don't like the black and white.
which I'm a huge
It's tough to
advocate
see.
of and a huge admirer of. It's personally for me, it's my favorite version of the movie.
Man, I can't see anything.
I understand that people want to see it in color, and that's great. And
Yes.
I want them to enjoy it in color, but for me, the ultimate version is the black and white IMAX version of the movie, which is
I don't know.
sort of the penultimate.
I don't know, Zach.
ridiculous
Look at this
movie that
It's
shouldn't
tough to
exist.
see the details.
At its highest, most fetishistic level, and I
know.
really love that.
Are you planning to release both of them as well?
Yeah, sorry. And of course, the black and white version of.
Do you think
Justice League
Supergirl's
will
in this
be
movie?
Released on HBO Max
Hmm.
at some point.
There's going to be
after
some
release,
secret
I believe.
cameo that we don't
You
know
get to
anything
see
about
that
yet. So
somehow
I wonder.
I don't know how you're going to get to it, but that's the plan. And then the as far as IMAX go, as we start to figure out how people can get back into movie theaters and see movies.
Yeah, the CGI looks
at any
better in
point,
black and white because you
I would
can't
hope
really
for
see it. You can't see the detail.
Fans.
That's why it
get
looks
in the
better.
theater and see the color and black and white versions of Justice League on the big screen, with a beautiful intermission chunky.
Ooh, they are going to have an
Cell
intermission.
like amazing suite.
Nice.
It's really quite a
Nice.
It's an afternoon or an into evening experience. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's literally the length of a double feature. Yeah, it's amazing. That's so exciting, and
That's
what an
awesome.
amazing way to celebrate being able to go back to theaters safely. As
I
well.
wanna hear that
Yeah,
intermission loop.
I would love that to come to pass. That's my hope for everybody. But we'll see. I'm still waiting to see how that would play out.
Yeah. Now, you have been such a great fan of IMAX here and friend to IMAX.
Is it going to get
I believe
IMAX
you said
release?
You actually shot this movie
Big information
entirely
here.
in IMAX, either on
In the
IMAX
for-
cameras or in the range. Sorry.
In the format now, they use the IMAX cameras
Metalheads.
per se because they don't. They're
Yeah, we'll see about that Sam Benjamin
So,
thing.
and I knew there was going to be a lot of dialogue.
I
in this
don't know,
movie,
man.
so-
I don't think
but I
Sam
did shoot it
Benjamin.
I
don't think he's that character at
It
all.
would be ideal for the big 143 theaters, and so when you see it in its big, square, it's unbelievable because, they've never had a movie. They've never done a movie.
Did he announce a date? Did I miss it?
Entirely in that aspect ratio, and they've never done one in black and white. So it's kind of two firsts in a row. So it's kind of fun to see.
A black and white IMAX?
Yeah, amazing.
No, I just want to see the
I'm really
movie.
excited to see the ratio that I know you said that you've been working really hard to restore that as well. How get those full shots rebuilt. So I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, we shot the whole movie,
IMAX.
In that aspect ratio. It was the compromise was when the studio, when I told the studio I shot it in 143 or in 133 actually.
133
aspect
actually,
ratio I shot
guys.
it in. They were like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, well, so we did do a crop. Initially, I want to do a 166 crop for
Which looked great.
normal theaters, and then you would see it in
166 looks great, by the way. I don't
143.
I don't see much of a
In
difference.
IMAX. But the glory of the one glorious thing about the HBO Max release is you get to see the true format that it was intended, which would have been difficult. It would
have been difficult. they never would have been able to
this
release
is
that
making a
back in
massive
2017.
debut on HBO Max, but you have a lot of collectors in your fans, of course. And again, you've released special versions of Blu-rays and stuff in the past. So people were wondering if if there will
Blu-rays.
eventually be a physical release of this cut on Blu-ray or a 4K version or Dolby Vision or any of these kind of special version releases.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know at this point. I know we've talked about it, but I just don't know. I can't.
They
I can't
talked
say
about it.
exactly, but I would love that. I mean, I think that would be a great great evolution for people to be able to have a
Physical
hard copy.
Yes.
at home, but I don't know.
He doesn't know. They
And,
talked about it though.
I will
They
say,
talked about it. So that means
looking back at the
for
journey
sure.
this film has made, what
At some point.
fans have accomplished in the rallying cry for releasing the Snyder Cut is simply unprecedented within our pop culture sphere and
Unprecedented.
Hollywood sphere. So I'm curious, how does
Superman
the
suit.
voice that fans have had in allowing this movie to be released, how do you see that changing Hollywood or the way movies are made going forward, if at all?
On the physical.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say that this is a slightly unique circumstance, but I think what it does tell us is that
Let's tell us.
you could trust the fans. You can trust the audience to have
I
good
don't know.
taste and have. And
I
be
don't
smart
know.
And
No,
want
I
what
don't
they
know about
want.
that, Zack Snyder.
And I think that's
The
an
audience is the
important thing, it's an
reason
important lesson, and also
all this shit went
just the
down on
amazing
Justice
work
League.
they've done, for using this movie as a rallying cry to raise money for suicide awareness, prevention awareness, and just the life-saving work these fans have done is you can't talk about it enough.
Yeah, more than $500,000 raised.
You know what's
for-
funny about that
for
$500,000?
Pretty
It was only like at
Yeah.
$100,000 for like 3 years, and then the second the Snyder Cut's announced,
of
it
course,
jumps up to $500,000.
I always feel terrible
So,
asking
you know,
questions like these because
people
we're
need a
talking about
little
movie that's taken
incentive.
so
They need to
long,
know the Snyder
to
Cut was
come
coming
out,
out first.
and yet I'm going to talk to you about the future, about what's next. Now, you do have another movie on the horizon. Your first movie that you've filmed since making Justice League, which is Army of the Dead, coming to Netflix.
It's Zack Snyder
When a teaser
sabotaging
just
his
came out,
own
we finally
Justice
got
League
at least
movie
a taste of what this movie
by promoting
will look
another
like. Now,
film.
I'm a huge fan of your Dawn of the Dead. I adore it. I think it's
Is this Army of the Dead right here?
hilarious and did such a
Yeah,
fun job.
those are
playing
all
with
new
these
shots
different
right there.
tropes. Here with Army of the Dead, you're playing with two very popular genres and mashing them together. You're taking the heist genre and you're taking the zombie genre and saying, what if we made a heist zombie movie? And I know this was an old pitch that you had that you brought back to Netflix as well to see, and they were like, "Oh yeah, of course, make this
Dude.
movie. This makes so much sense."
Those are some
so
new
I'm curious,
shots
what
from
can-
Army of
what
the
can you
Dead.
Tell us about this. I know I just gave you a huge setup, but what can you tell us?
No,
about
no,
this?
no. Yeah, I really wanted to make a movie. I thought of this a while ago. I really wanted to make this super genre, self-aware kind of romp. And I didn't, we have this whole.
Wait, wasn't
there's
that the
this
guy that was in
renaissance of this
1917?
huge,
That blonde hair dude?
sort of
Is that the same guy?
hunger for heist movies. And when I thought of this, a while ago, it wasn't even at the fever pitch that it is now. So it's been an incredible. It's been a fun seeing this movie evolve into what it has. But yeah, it sends a love letter to some of my favorite films.
What do you got? What are you talking about, Ryan C? What are you talking
Aliens,
about? Green screen behind Gal.
name a
What are you
few.
talking about?
Pretty much all the zombie films.
What scene?
But yeah,
Timestamp.
really, really fun.
And you are making it a franchise too. There's the animated series as well that's coming to Netflix that I believe is a prequel.
Yes,
to
the
it as well.
animated series, and then we also just shot a prequel in
You shot
Europe,
prequel.
sort of a German and French language and English language prequel with
Wow.
with Dieter's character, who's the safecracker.
Now, is this in universe with your Dawn of the Dead? Is
No,
that how you're
big
envisioning
question.
It, or is that
it's not.
No, it's not at
No,
all.
It's not.
It's not at all.
It's not in universe. It's a completely its own thing, playing
Meh.
with the tropes and or self-awareness of a film. I find that really.
And Diana was talking to
to
Bruce.
deconstruct the movie from the beginning is really fun.
Yeah, and what an embarrassment of riches for us as well to have you coming back with two very exciting films on the
I'll come back to
horizon.
that question after this is done.
I'm very excited.
I got some thoughts about
at
that.
long last to see your version of Justice League as well as Army of the Dead. I am curious. I mean, this is IGN Fan Fest. I know I brought you so many fan questions already, but I didn't know if you had anything that you wanted to say to fans on the relative eve of your Snyder Cut coming out.
Well, only that how grateful I am for the support that I feel every day from fans and the incredible outcry and outpouring of support for our charity and for just me as a creator. So I couldn't ask for more from a fan community, and I really thank them from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, they got your
Well,
movie
Zach,
released,
you have
buddy.
been so generous with your time. Thank you so much for chatting with us today. Zack Snyder's
All
Justice
right.
League is coming to HBO Max
All right.
on March 18th, so you'll see it very soon. Zach, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zack Snyder right here on IGN's Fan Fest. I really never thought I'd get to say a sentence like
Okay.
that. We need to take a quick break.
Green screen. He was talking about this when she says Age of Heroes. There's no green screen in that shot, though. There's no green screen in that shot, though. We'll go to that shot right now. See what you're talking about. This shot?
It has to.
What are we seeing right here? What? You guys are crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, let's go back to the question here. Boniface, what do you think about some critics and bloggers getting to watch the Snyder Cut a week before it's released, or next week? Dude, it's some bullshit. These are the same people that are the reason all that shit went down Justice League, the audience, the critics, they're the fucking reason. Wasn't that on the Hallelujah trailer? Was it even in the Hallelujah trailer? Behind her. God, what are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? There's no green screen in the shot. They're on a set in this shot. This little light right here in the top left. What if these critics praise it though, Kal-El? What if then? Are you going to be like, don't trust them still? What if they do praise it? Noir, you've missed the whole stream. You missed the whole stream. Is this what you guys are talking about? This little light up here on her head? Is that what you're talking about? That little light? That's what you're talking about? What are you guys talking about? Anywho. Yeah, I'm not excited for critics to see it first. When they were the same people saying it didn't exist for years. Behind that, is this the shot? This is the shot you guys are talking about. This is the shot. The light on her head. Is that what you're talking about? Sound off. Because that's not a green screen light. That's literally a light shining. Is that what you're talking about? That's literally a light reflection from one of these lights on this wall. There's probably one right there off camera. It's not green either. Is this what you're talking about? Anywho. Yes, so Zack Snyder answered a few questions. It's a ray of hope. No, but what shot are you talking about? You guys are fucking wigging out about nothing here, probably. Like usual. Yeah, I wish you would timestamp it. Because I'm expecting to see like a goddamn green screen. But anyway, yeah, Zack Snyder answered a few different questions. He said he would do a sequel if Warner Brothers came and offered it to him. He's open to that. He's open to do a sequel. That's about as much of the sequel talk as you're going to get until you get the fucking results. The results from the Snyder Cut, right? I was just thinking of the word. Because once that thing airs, we're going to need about like a week, and then we'll know how well it did. Hopefully it does really well. You never know. Warner Brothers would really like that. Warner Media, Warner Max, they would really like if it did well, because then a couple of weeks later, Godzilla vs. Kong comes out, and then a couple of weeks after that, Mortal Kombat comes out. If all these films are hits, they're going to get a lot of subs in a 1 month period. It's going to be impressive. No, Shadow, I can't see your comments. Yes, I can see your comments. Yeah, it is interesting why he'd want to come back, but he said it right there in the interview. He said it like he's open to it if they give him money. Come on, guy. People like Warner Bros. Came at you and offered you millions of dollars to shoot a Justice League film, you'd probably say yes too. You know what I'm saying? Millions of dollars. Zack Snyder's a fucking millionaire, dude. You want to see his net worth? You know what I'm saying? He's not some struggling artist. You know what I'm saying? He's not just some nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's a millionaire that could do whatever the fuck he wants. Here, boom, boom. A net worth. The net worth of Zack Snyder was last estimated in 2021 a total of $70 million. Yeah, successful movie director. He's worth millions. Millions. Yes, the dick conversation was pretty epic. Pretty epic. Because people don't realize how important Cyborg's dick is. They don't realize it. They don't realize it. Okay. Don't worry, Shadow. We see your comments, Shadow. Don't worry. It's nothing. Yeah. Oh, where's that? Where's the timestamp, Brian C, on that trailer? Where's that timestamp? Huh? I can't see what you guys are talking about. Someone needs to send me like a screenshot of it. So I can see what you're talking about. And once again, in this big budget films, especially a film that's like over 4 hours long, there's going to be some mistakes. Like, X-Men Apocalypse, there's a frame in that movie where like all the special effects just aren't there. It's one frame that, it's like they just didn't finish. But it goes by so quick you don't notice it. Because for every second, there's 24 frames every second. And if one frame's messed up, you're not really going to notice, right? But I thought the Blu-ray was already a thing. What happened? No. Zack Snyder said he talked to them about it. In that interview, he's like, he talked to them about the Blu-rays. He doesn't know if it's coming out, which kind of sucks. Hot takes this year. What's up, Hot? Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns did receive a lot of flack from the black community when Cyborg was first made dickless in New 52, castrated a black man. Cyborg's been dickless for a while. The Teen Titans Cyborg that's in that cartoon, he don't have no dick. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Johns was not the first one. Yeah, she definitely disagreed with Ray Fisher. Yeah. Okay. Ray Fisher is really doing the whole. He's really still going after Jeff Johns about this. Is that what's happening? Ray Fisher wouldn't understand because he has limited time with the character and his ego is the size of the sun. I hate the people using the black card, which actually hurts people of color. Yeah, man. Like, if Cyborg was white, would this even be an issue? You know what I'm saying? Would people think twice about this? I don't know. Me and Shadow were talking about this off stream about Cyborg's penis. And everybody knows the myth about, black dudes having huge dicks, right? That's like the modern myth. And it actually hurts, black people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not true. Not every black dude has a huge penis. So, some of them do, but it's not every single one. And it hurts the black community. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad myth, really. Actually, Shadow, I think Cyborg did have a penis in his 80s run when they first introduced the character. If you go back and look at that Cyborg, he has a lot of his arms are still there, his legs are still there. It's just only bits of him that are cybernetic. Just with more modern interpretations, they made Cyborg more machine than man. 140. We see the green screen in the official trailer. Let's go 140. 140. What?
He said.
Are you talking about the Hallelujah trailer? We're at 140. 140. What green screen? What green screen? Are you talking about the Hallelujah trailer? Here we go. Wait. What IMDb?
That face that is usually covered by
fucking ads. Nothing here either at 140. You guys are just fucking with me now. You guys are just fucking with me with this Diana thing. You guys are just fucking with me. Do you mean 104 or 140? God, much to do about nothing, guys. All right, nothing there. 140. Nothing there. Oh, this shot. This thing in the bottom left, this little triangle thing. That's a green screen? How do you know it's a green screen? How do you know it's green screen? Can we blow this up? Can I zoom in on this? This bottom left here, this triangle. How do you know it's green screen? It could be anything. Could be anything. I bet if, we'll see. When the movie comes out, we'll see what this other side of this thing is. I don't think that's a green screen, guys. I think that's like a fucking that's something else. That's something else. Because they're in the, are they in the bat plane right now, or that big bat airship? Is that where they're at right now? I think that's where they're at. I don't know. It could be. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It looks more yellow. I don't know. It doesn't look very green or blue. I don't know. I don't know, guys. All right. I never got into Cyborg until the kids game run in Teen Titans was Super Bowl. Yeah, that's when I got to Cyborg 2 was Teen Titans. This is the new trailer, dude. This is the new trailer, Shadow. And I don't think they would fix it, especially because you can't really tell. You can't really tell. If this whole wall behind her was green screen, I'd be like, all right. But it's just a little corner that's only going to be in like one shot for like a few seconds. Who knows what it is? Like I don't know. It could be like a little like safety thing. Like how planes have those safety latches things. It's just just weird why a little corner would be green screen. It's just weird. Yeah, it doesn't look green, right? It doesn't look green to me. It looks more like a yellowish something. It's weird. Anyway, that's it for now. Yeah, it could be green screen. It could not be green screen. I don't think there's a way. It's tough to tell. We'll see. When the movie comes out and we get back on this shot, I'm gonna look at that bottom corner. I'm gonna look at that bottom, and if it's changed, or it looks different in the final version of the film, then it was green screen. But if it's the same, then it's probably some extension on the ship or the hangar that they're at. It's probably something, But anyway, yeah. Thanks, guys, for joining me reacting to yes, Cal. It's fucking Green Lantern. It's fucking Green Lantern. You're so goddamn right. He's gonna Green Lantern's gonna show up. It's gonna happen. But anyway, it's gonna do it now. Doesn't matter. You just want to point out. It really doesn't matter. Start placing your bets, guys. Who is the secret cameo at the end of the movie going to be? My vote is Green Lantern. God, people are trying to make you think it's going to be Black Canary. God, I want to slap those people. God, I want to slap those people. Who the fuck cares about Black Canary? For God's sakes, where are the hardcore DC fans? They're like non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Like, who fucking cares about Black Canary? Supergirl. That'd be interesting. Supergirl. Oh, I really need that Green Lantern. It's not Justice League without Green Lantern. Anyway, yeah, Zack Snyder answered a few things on his stream. Oh God, Carrie Kelly. Yeah, somebody who was mentioning Carrie Kelly. I think it was Hot Takes. I was mentioning Carrie Kelly. I think it was yeah. Hot Takes. Boy, Martian Manhunter is the cameo. Yeah, we'll see, because Henry Lennox was on that panel talking to Zack Snyder. So, like, the fact that Martian Manhunter's in the movie is not a secret cameo. It's not a secret. Everybody knows it's there. You know, so it can't be Martian Manhunter. Everybody already knows that's coming. So that can't be like your big Easter egg. Even the fucking IGN interview girl who's not following the Snyder Cut at all, even she knew fucking Martian Manhunter was in it, you know? If Black Canary shows it's the Nightmare scene. Oh, yeah, let's hope. And let's hope they show Green Arrow with one arm. I think that would be dope. If we had the Nightmare scene, they show Green Arrow, he has one arm. That would be dope. But anyway, that's going to do it. Yeah, thanks, guys, for joining. We'll see you all in the next one. My stream tomorrow with Hot Takes. We'll try to set something up there. Talk a little bit about Superman. Oh, God, Shadow. Do you want to get me going on this? The Henry Lennox quote about Whedon? Oh, God, you want me to get me going on this? Oh, God. Yeah, guys, Henry Lennox is not against Josh Whedon. You know what I'm saying? Like, Henry Lennox is like, I worked with him on Dollhouse. I never saw those things. He was always good to me. Like, that was his quotes about Josh Whedon, you know, pretty much. It's all about experiences, guys. It's all about, you know, some people have great experiences with Josh Whedon. Some people don't have great experiences with him. I bet if you add up all the people that had positive experiences and add up all the people that had negative experiences, it's probably about even. You know, honestly. You know, so really, Zack Snyder really is an anomaly when you think about it, because like everybody has a great experience with him. And like, I've only heard about like one story about the actress from Dawn of the Dead. Apparently she didn't like working with him. That's the only story I've heard about somebody not liking Zack Snyder as the lead actress in Dawn of the Dead. So that's not a lot. You know, like most people like him. I think that's that's an anomaly. That rarely happens. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Get off here. I'm going to eat some lunch. Take a crap the size of a small dog's head. Okay? I'll see y'all later. All right? Bye-bye. Thanks for joining.